Welcome, listeners, to a discourse on the perils of navigating the hierarchical structures of modern existence, particularly when those structures are presided over by individuals whose psychological landscape is, shall we say, less than idyllic. We are here to examine the common, yet profoundly damaging mistakes made when confronting the reality of a toxic leader. Now, let us begin with the fundamental error, a misapprehension of the very nature of the beast. Many individuals, operating under the assumption that all humans are fundamentally rational and empathetic, attempt to engage with a narcissistic leader as if they were dealing with a reasonable interlocutor. This, my friends, is a grave miscalculation. Consider the act of gossiping. You find yourself in a shared space, a coffee break perhaps, and you vent your frustrations to a colleague. You detail the leader's capricious demands, their dismissive attitude, their tendency to take credit for your work. You believe you are finding solace in shared experience, fostering a sense of camaraderie. However, what you are actually doing is creating a network of weakness. These leaders, often possessing a keen sense of paranoia, have their informants, their spies. Your words, inevitably, will find their way back to the source, and you will be marked. You have provided them with ammunition. Then there is the urge to escalate. You believe that by confronting the leader directly, by laying bare the injustice, you will bring about change. You prepare your arguments, your data, your irrefutable logic. You approach them, expecting a moment of clarity, a recognition of their error. But what happens? You are met with denial, with gaslighting, with a torrent of counter-accusations. The narcissistic leader, you see, does not operate on the same logical plane. They perceive your confrontation as a challenge to their very being, an existential threat. They will not yield. They will retaliate. Your escalation, intended to bring resolution, only fuels the fire. And what of complaining? The endless stream of grievances, the constant articulation of your suffering. You believe that by voicing your distress, you are somehow externalizing the problem, making it tangible, actionable. But to the narcissistic leader, your complaints are merely signs of weakness, of inadequacy. They are a confirmation of your inferiority, a validation of their dominance. They will not empathize. They will exploit. Perhaps most damaging of all is the display of emotions. Tears, anger, frustration. These are human responses, natural reactions to stress and injustice. But in the presence of a narcissistic leader, they are perceived as vulnerabilities. They are signs that you are not in control, that you are susceptible to manipulation. These leaders thrive on the emotional reactions of others. They feed on them. Your emotions become their tools. Why do these mistakes occur? Because we fail to understand the fundamental psychological architecture of the narcissistic personality. These individuals are driven by a deep-seated insecurity, a profound need for validation. They construct a facade of superiority, a carefully crafted persona designed to mask their inner fragility. They are not interested in truth, in justice, in fairness. They are interested in power, in control, in maintaining their illusion of perfection. So what is the solution? What is the path through this treacherous landscape? The first step is understanding. Recognize the patterns, identify the traits, accept the reality of the situation. Do not attempt to reason with the unreasonable. Do not expect empathy where none exists. Instead, cultivate a sense of detachment. Learn to observe without reacting. Document everything. Maintain a professional demeanor. Focus on your own well-being, on your own integrity. And if necessary, seek an escape route. Understand that sometimes the most courageous act is to remove yourself from a toxic environment. The world, as we know, is a complex and often brutal place. But by understanding the psychology of those who seek to dominate, we can better navigate its challenges and preserve our own sanity.